So, it's been an eventful few days since the last video I made. Um, Today is the last day that I'm going to be in my house, and so I'm getting everything packed up and in the car. I've already boxed up a bunch of stuff and sent it to my sister. I've got one more box I've got to take over to UPS for that. And then load up the SUV with the stuff that I have for Xander and take it to him. And we're going to drive at night and try and do it all straight. So it's going to be a long day. But other updates. Yesterday was an emotional low and an emotional high all on the same day. And you know how that stuff goes. And because I woke up in the morning and I still had no hope of placing Casper anywhere. And so I was sitting here with him just crying about it because I had no idea. I had called all the places around that I could call and was waiting for responses and didn't get anything back from any of them except for finally one, but that was later. And had gotten some guilt trips from some other people about the whole thing too, and which I did not need because I already felt bad enough about it as it was. And so, the positives were the fact that my buddy Steve and his family came through again. This family that basically adopted me that I've known for a couple months. His mother, she lost a lab a couple years ago, and she has an older female black lab now. And he's like, yeah, I've been talking to my mom and see if she wants to take him. And so we took Casper over there yesterday, and it was a really, really good fit. And good enough that we took everything over there for him. And so he's got a new home. So I'm very, very happy about that. So both my dogs have been rehomed in places that they will be taken care of. So that definitely makes my heart a lot lighter. And so, like I said, I have some stuff that I have to get done here yet today, and I want to make a couple videos before I hit the road. And then, of course, we're going to do a lot of taping on the way up there. But as I was taking my shower this morning, the last shower in this house, the power got turned off. So I am sitting here with the windows open. So yes, this is all the natural lighting, which is probably, a very bad no-no for vlogging, but I don't know. It is what I've got right now. And my rental car and all the other stuff that I need to do is stuck in the garage. And the garage won't open because it's an electronic garage door opener. And the new buyer doesn't have the power coming back on until the 19th, which I'm actually going to already be up in California for a couple days by then. So I get to do everything I got to do today without power. So but yeah, so like I said, yesterday finalized. I had kind of a point in my life where I was questioning God. And this is about 2 years ago. And I even went as far as looking up like agnostic groups and things like this. And I found one in El Paso that I went and online, because they had like some online meetings, and they had some in-person ones, but I never got a chance to go to the in-person ones. And although I believe that there's something. I do. I don't believe in a religious God because everything that's in the books was written by men, and but I am very spiritual. I do believe that there is something that, obviously either started everything or continues everything. I don't know, and I'm not even going to claim to know. But like I said, I was kind of having a questioning faith in God and all that a couple of years back, and tried this agnostic group. And like I said, what they had to say and preach about, I just couldn't really buy into because I believe something. And but yesterday God showed up. He did. And I also went to my doctor because I had to get my prescriptions and my shot records and all that stuff. and found out that my A1C went from 7.2 down to 5.3 since the last time we tested it, which is amazing and it's great. And I didn't expect that at all. I mean, it's not like I've really been monitoring my diet very well. So apparently something's working, because that was, part of this whole journey is to help get my health better. I didn't expect it before I actually got a chance to leave. So that's all good. I wanted to make a video of me packing everything, but I don't know if my current circumstances are going to allow that to happen, just because, I've got to get in the garage and manually up and down the door, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So, but for right now, everything's going as well as it can. And, everything, about this time in another 26 hours or so, hopefully we'll be up in California at the hotel. So, but we'll see. Like I said, we're going to take a bunch of footage on the way, so hopefully some of that's going to be worth keeping. But it's happening. I am going to be in Cebu for New Year's Eve, actually a couple days before New Year's Eve. And I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for this next part of my life. And hopefully I get a chance to meet a lot of people and maybe help some people, and we'll see what happens. I'm not trying to predict anything. I've been learning lessons the whole way through, so I'm sure I've got a bunch more to learn once I get there. And I'm hoping to hook up with a couple of the other YouTubers that I've kind of reached out to and chatted with a few of them. So hopefully we'll get a chance to share some experiences. But this painful part of the journey is kind of coming to an end. I was going to take my parents' ashes. I had a couple sealed tubes of their ashes that I was going to take, because they wanted to have those spread on Mount Blanc, which was a place that they loved, that they had gone to a few times. And but I started doing the searching, and obviously I'm not going to walk through with a couple of test tubes full of white powder through the airport without them questioning it. And so the whole thing about doing it with the cremated remains is just a huge process, and it just isn't worth it, especially since I don't even really have plans to go to Mount Blanc yet. So I ended up having to spread those out here in the desert behind their yard, the house that they built. So I'm hoping that that'll be good enough. I mean, the rest of their ashes were spread up in the Oregon mountains, which, I know they're happy with that. But yeah, it's time for me to kind of live my life. I've always lived my life for other people. And, this is, yes, I had to do some selfish stuff with my dogs, and I'm just very, very glad that other people were able to help me with that, because I felt guilty enough as it was. But they've got good homes. And actually, they're not too far apart, so Chloe and Casper could actually play if they decide that they want to get together. But I guess it's no longer my decision. I'm ready. So I guess we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours. So you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.